commit to serving and uplifting our community. Thank you for being here, and we are looking forward for a magnificent night together. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Sam. So when we started this organization, everyone knows my face. I said, all right, we're going to start this organization. We're going to bring the youth to take a leadership role. They were kind of a little bit nervous, so I said, all right, listen, I'll help you like a year or two, but then you got to take over. So remember these faces. If they try to run away, I'll give you their addresses. So these are my two VPs. So you just heard from Sam, and now you're going to hear from Ishaq.
Good evening, everybody. All right, it's a pleasure to have you guys all here today. My name is Azak Al-Hidais, and I serve as the Vice President of the Little Yemen Neighborhood Council, as many of us know us as Lync. We often hear that New York is a city of neighborhoods, but Little Yemen is more than just a geographic location. It is a vibrant, hard-working engine of culture and commerce. Lync was born out of a necessity to ensure that this engine has the resources, the representation, and the seat at the table it deserves. At Lync, our mission is simple: empowerment through advocacy, whether we are helping small business owners navigate city regulations, bridging the gap between our youth and educational opportunities, or ensuring our community's voice is heard in the halls of the city council. We are the front lines. We don't just identify problems, we bring solutions. We serve as the primary cultural translator between the specific needs of our residents and the broader goals of our great city. To the elected officials, To the elected officials in this room, we are your partners. When you invest in Little Yemen, you are investing in a community that shows up, that works hard, and that is deeply committed to the future of New York City. We are here to collaborate, to advise, and to ensure as NYC moves forward, no neighborhood, especially not ours, is left behind. I invite you all to come visit us, walk our streets, and see the impact of our work firsthand. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to discussing how we can build a stronger New York together. Thank you.
All right, so this is our future. So make sure to remember their names, Isaac Al-Hudais and Sam Golub, because they will be up here next year. All right, we're going to go to our elected officials. I know the Bronx Borough President, she's on her way. She should be here shortly, but we do have our the district attorney, Bronx District Attorney, Darcel Clark. She always attends our events, always supports us. So welcome, Ms. Clark.
Ramadan Mubarak to everyone. Thank you for having me here, Yahe, as always. You know, every time I come here, and I've known Yahe for a long time, he's always creating something else. You always are. You take some kind of leadership role, and you pave the way for others, and you continue to build this community. And for that, I am forever grateful. So thank you. So now we have Lync. All right. Yes. And once again, you are forward-thinking, knowing that we need another organization, association to build up this community, to share your great culture, but at the same time, look to the future while you're building it. So to them, I'm extremely proud. It's a pleasure to meet you, Vice President. But this one here, I got to claim a little bit. I'm going to tell you that. And I'm going to tell you why. I started a youth advisory council in my office, getting youth from across the borough to help advise me as to the issues that our young people are facing, how to better their communities, how to bring more public safety. And Sam was in one of my cohorts in the Youth Advisory Council. So I'm going to take a little bit of credit of building this leader because he helped advise me on what to do. And now he's taking that work to the next level. And here he is as a vice president. So I'm extremely, extremely proud of you. Thank you so much. And to everyone gathered, this, of course, is a special time of the year when you talk about Ramadan, the time of reflection, gratitude, the service and sacrifice that so many Muslims carry with them throughout the year. You know, I'm happy to be here to this Iftar and so many of them that are going to happen. But I know that's important for me to be able to share with the culture with you. So I'm so ever grateful for that. You know, I have a Arab American employee resource group in my office. I have assistant DAs from Yemen that have been in my office, some have left, but I have two in particular that I want to tell you about who study for the bar. You know, they graduated from law school. They started in my office this past fall, but not everybody is successful with the bar exam. So on this coming Tuesday, people are going to be taking the bar exam again. And I met with them this morning to wish them well, to wish them good luck, which I know they don't need. But two of them are observing Ramadan, and they were fasting. So I was talking to them about how is that going to affect them because they're taking a big test or whatever. And one of them said that, you know, he wasn't worried about it because he's leaning on his faith. He knew that Allah would be with him during that time, and I just reinforced that with him. But I mentioned to him and her that I would tell you their names so that on Tuesday and Wednesday, I want you all to say a special prayer for them so that they will pass that bar exam, all right? And the name is Yazan, Amira, and Sadia Kauza. Please keep them in your prayers as they study for that bar exam because they are representative of my office, but also representative of the Muslim community when we do this work. So thank you so much for having me. You are absolutely our partners as elected officials, and know that you have a DA that believes in you, that we have been doing this work together, and I will continue to do the work with you. Ramadan Mubarak. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. All right, I'm going to invite up, I always say she's my favorite speaker because she's going to wake this room up. I know when during Ramadan, you know, we kind of have low energy towards the tail end. You know, we're in the last half hour. It's very hard, but you're all going to wake up, don't worry. So I'm going to invite our Bronx Borough President, Vanessa Gibson, to say a few words.
Hello, family. Assalamu alaikum. Ramadan Mubarak. To each and every one of you, thank you so much for being here. Let me first recognize Yahe Obid and the entire team for bringing us together for this community and annual Iftar celebration. Thank you to the Little Yemen Neighborhood Council. Wow. Proudly located in Little Yemen. It is an honor to be here with each and every one of you, with all of my distinguished elected officials, colleagues in the NYPD, community leaders, and everyone that truly represents the very essence of our borough. My brothers and sisters and everyone who are gathered tonight, with heartfelt greetings of love and peace, I stand before you as your Bronx Borough President, beginning my second term in office, humbled and truly honored to be a part of this important celebration, the annual Yemeni Community Iftar event in our beloved borough of the Bronx. In this sacred month of Ramadan, I extend my warm wishes of Ramadan Mubarak to each and every one of you celebrating this month. I acknowledge all of my colleagues in government, our District Attorney, Darcel Clark, our Assemblyman, John Zaccaro Jr., who just celebrated his birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Assemblyman. Councilmember Shirley Aldebold, the NYPD, the 49th Precinct, and all of our city agency representatives, the office of our Congresswoman, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and everyone here. Thank you again for being here. We are joined here today to celebrate the power of religious unity and love, embodied by our diverse Bronx community. The Bronx stands as a true testament to the relationships that we all have as Muslims, Christians, Jews, and all religions that we recognize and celebrate in this borough. In the spirit of interfaith, I also acknowledge how we have joined together on many events throughout this borough. We've always been able to come together and recognize that we truly have more in common than whatever can be used to divide us. The Holy Quran reminds us that humanity is created in diverse forms, colors, and backgrounds, encouraging us to know and understand and love one another as brothers and sisters. This beautiful diversity allows us to learn from each other, to love on each other, to foster community partnerships and harmony within our borough and beyond. Ramadan is truly a time of spiritual connection, dedication, renewal, giving, fasting, and we are privileged to be home to one of the largest and most diverse Muslim communities here in the city of New York. I am proud of that diversity. And I know that our Yemeni American community continues to grow here in Little Yemen and beyond. We appreciate the invaluable contributions of our community to what you do every day on behalf of the borough. And I continue to look forward to our constructive dialogue and all the work that we do together here in Little Yemen, in Morris Park, and in the greater borough of the Bronx. In the face of so many challenges, our message remains one of love, peace, and unity. We know these conversations are important. We know that we have seen a rise in Islamophobia, and we stand together in the face of hatred and discrimination in all forms in this borough and across this city. My office, elected officials, are dedicated to this work. We are driven by the fundamental understanding that we are all better when we work together. Our work is deeply rooted in our faith, because our faith is our foundation. It wakes us up every morning. It sustains us. It allows us to serve our people in this borough. And so I am proud to have a Muslim leaders roundtable that meets quarterly in our office. We also have our annual Iftar celebration that we will be hosting, and we look forward to more work. My Office of Community Services, led by David Kulabali. Thank you, David, for being here. We are here for all of you through anything that we endure, because when we stand together, we are a powerful community. So as a woman of faith, I am inspired by the God that I serve. I'm inspired that He has given me an assignment every day that allows me to serve the Bronx, no matter what. Our Bronx Muslim communities have always been a pillar of strength, of resilience, of courage, of inspiration. Let us use that energy to inspire our young people, right? Would you agree? We have to inspire young people. We have to channel their energy into something positive. Are you seeing all of the teen takeovers that are happening in malls across our city? Imagine if we took that energy of hundreds of young people coming into one space and we provided programming and recreation. Imagine the message that we are sending. And so as we break this fast tonight, let us celebrate the bonds that unite us. Ramadan teaches us about patience, humanity, and generosity. It deepens our connections with Allah, and it recognizes the needs of those around us. This year, we are truly blessed with a remarkable display of interfaith solidarity as we come together during this season. Let us carry the spirit of Ramadan and interfaith harmony in our hearts, in our minds, and in our actions. May this evening's gathering strengthen our ties, unite us like never before, and allow us to inspire generations to come. I pray that Allah blesses each and every one of you this Ramadan holiday. May you enjoy this celebration. May you take time with your family, friends, and loved ones, and let us inspire each other to be the very best. In the face of adversity, let us be reminded that we are truly walking by faith and never by sight. Ramadan Mubarak. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Vanessa. I told you she was going to wake everybody up. She just has that energy. Meanwhile, I'm going to pass out in 5 minutes. All right, we have our assemblyman just walked in, Assemblyman John Zaccaro. We renamed this area Little Yemen, but he took it a step further by making this a cultural district. So Little Yemen is a cultural district. He's worked very hard. We went up to Albany last year to celebrate that. He's always attending our parades, our celebrations, our gatherings, so thank you very much for being a good friend of our community, Mr. John Zaccaro.
Good evening. I know that I don't want to be the man that gets in between you and the food tonight, so I will be brief. You know, it is truly a privilege to represent and join all of you tonight, and I want to thank the Little Yemen Neighborhood Council for this blessed iftar and so many community partners and organizations and businesses represented here tonight. And as you gather here this evening to break your fast, we're reminded that Ramadan is not only about personal devotion, but it's about community. It's about coming together in faith, in generosity, and in love for one another. This holy month teaches us patience, it teaches us compassion, gratitude, charity, and an unwavering dedication to Allah. And tonight, as we share this iftar, we see those values alive in this very room, in the spirit of service, in the care of our neighbors in our neighborhood, and in the strength of family and community bonds. I'm especially proud to represent this community that is now officially recognized, as Yahe mentioned, as Little Yemen. And you can clap for that. Last year, I had the honor of bringing the Yemeni community to Albany to work and formally establish Little Yemen as a cultural district right here in this community. And what that will do is not just recognize us as a cultural district, but it will make sure that now this community has access to resources and funding, and making sure that we go beyond just small businesses, but that we're opening up community organizations and that we're funding programs to keep our young people and making sure that we're celebrating our cultural history here in Little Yemen. And that historic recognition was not just symbolic. It affirmed the heritage here in Little Yemen. It affirmed so many of your contributions, your small businesses, and your deep roots here in the Bronx and across our state. Little Yemen is a vibrant and essential part of this borough, as our borough president said. And during the month of Ramadan, in particular, the generosity and the leadership shown here, from organizing iftars to supporting families in need and parades and reflecting the best of our city. Our unity, our borough, and your faith enriches the cultural fabric of our Bronx and our state. And as your assembly member, I'm remain committed to uplifting this community, to making sure that we're protecting your rights and ensuring that you receive the respect, the recognition, and the resources that you all deserve. And I stand with my Muslim brothers and sisters, not only during Ramadan, but every single day of the year. May Allah accept your fasts and your prayer. May He grant you mercy and forgiveness. And may He bless you and your families with peace and with abundance. Ramadan Mubarak and Shukran. Thank you guys so much. God bless you all and continue all the great work that you're doing.
Well said. You know, last year he came up and he was reciting from the Quran. Oh, wow, that's pretty good. Very, very nice. All right, our councilwoman just walked in. Councilwoman Shirley Aldebal, if you can say a few words and introduce yourself to the community. Assemblyman John Zaccaro, next year you're going to have to recite in Arabic. So we're expecting, more and more. All right.
It's tough to follow John Zaccaro, but thank you very much for having me here today with you in this wonderful community. I am your new council member representing the 13th District, which of course includes the community of Little Yemen. And I'm so proud to represent this community. And as John said, I stand with the Muslim community today and every day. And I look forward to working with John Zaccaro as we work to, uplift this community and make it the cultural center of the Bronx and New York City. And I wish everyone a joyous, peaceful season of reflection, and Ramadan Mubarak to everyone. Thank you.
All right, thanks to our councilwoman. I think we have someone from the mayor's office. The mayor couldn't make it. Budget issues held up in City Hall. We have Mohammed Al-Harbi. He's going to speak on behalf of Mayor Mamdani.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Ramadan Mubarak. Some of you may know me. I'm Muhammad Abdul Latif Al-Harbi. I grew up in this neighborhood ever since first memory, before I could even walk, before I could think. I was coming to Mass Bronx Center to pray Tarawih every night, play games in the neighborhood and see this neighborhood get developed from you couldn't even tell it was an Arabic neighborhood, and now you can't walk 5 blocks in any direction. There's a Yemeni cafe, Bora Bora, or a million different restaurants. So I'm very proud, I'm very happy. And as you know, during last year into this year, Mayor Mamdani holds this neighborhood very close to his heart, loves the food, and constantly frequents my recommendations for restaurants in the area. So on his behalf, he's eternally grateful for this neighborhood and the Yemeni community, as am I for the upbringing that it provided me as a younger person. And again, I'm Mohammed Al-Harbi. I am the Queensborough Director for the Mayor's Office of Mass Engagement, and I look forward to connecting with all of you after Iftar. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mohammed. And you've gotten used to seeing this event. We usually have the Bronx Muslim Center taking the lead and role, which they are still taking a role. They're the biggest partner that we have. The Bronx Muslim Center with the new project, possibly the biggest mosque in New York State. It's a 3-in-1 community center, mosque, and weekend school. Over 600 students attend weekend school to learn Arabic and culture. So we're going to have Abdulillah Nofal speaking on behalf of the Bronx Muslim Center. He's got to go, so I just moved him up a little bit in the program. So the Bronx Muslim Center, Mr. Abdulillah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Everybody spoke some English, some Arabic, nobody spoke Spanish. So let me say, let me say to those who speak Spanish, buena noche. How many we have that speak Spanish here? I know Mustafa, mashallah, mashallah, we have a lot of big numbers here. So we should have official statement, brother, next year, inshallah, with some Spanish. Anyway, my name is Abdulillah Nofal. I represent the Bronx Muslim Center. I also play the role of the chairman of Mass New York. I'm really honored to be here with you in this gathering. Thank you so much for coming. Just wanted to comment before I start my, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 pages. I'll try to summarize in a minute, inshallah. That's what Brother Yahya requests. But I wanted to start where my dear brother Yahya or the speakers, when they spoke about the story of the Bronx Muslim Center. The Bronx Muslim Center started in 1998. That was 27 years ago. And I want to send my prayers to those who passed away, that they were with us at the very beginning when we started the Bronx Muslim Center. Because that seed, what did help to the fruit that we see right now. And this is an example of organizations that work together and communities work together, and that's how we see the fruit nowadays. And the success of the Bronx Muslim Center and the Yemeni, little Yemeni brothers, and the community and the business people, that what made this event, and inshallah other events will continue and other success will continue the way we are seeing it right now. So again, I just wanted to send our prayers to many of those who passed away from the founders of the Bronx Muslim Center. So we would like to sincerely thank all of your partnering organization and sponsors for standing with us and believing in this vision. Your support has made a real difference. Since the establishment of the Bronx Muslim Center in 1998, we have witnessed and contributed to the steady growth and positive development of this neighborhood and its surrounding community. Bronx Muslim Center brings together people from every background, culture, and even different faith. It serves as a beacon of guidance, stability, and opportunity for our youth and future generation. Today, we ask for your commitment and support. We invite everyone here to stand with us in any capacity to help complete this essential project. Let me stop here quickly. I would love that if any one of you can just take a tour or pass from the new project behind this place right here. Just go around and you will see how beautiful this place will be to serve this community, inshallah. It will fit 2,200 people in one prayer or one time. So this is a big accomplishment. So that's why we are asking all of you, in any way, any means that you can help and assist this project so we can continue the growth and the support and taking care of, as the brothers, the speakers said before me, we need to continue support our youth and our new generation. And this is one of the ways, this building, one of the ways to support our youth in the future. So the new facility will amplify all of our collective efforts to serve community that is deeply in need and has long been underserved. We look forward to work side by side with all of you to bring this project to completion. Again, on behalf of the Bronx Muslim Center, I thank all of you, especially thank to Brother Yahya for making this event happen. Thank you so much. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
All right, the best part is here. So what we're going to do, we have our brother, Detective Muhammad Amin, former senior advisor to Mayor Adams, also still in the NYPD, active service. He's going to do the call to prayer. We're going to go into the other hall and pray. It's going to be about a 5 to 10 minute break, and then we'll be back. We'll finish the program. The best is yet to come. We're going to have the call to prayer by Brother Muhammad Amin.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
All right, whoever's praying, the other ballroom, whoever's not praying, sit tight, we'll be back. You want to stand here? And Vanessa, you want to stand on the other side, Vanessa? I saw you. I was going to give you a shout out. Don't go anywhere. It's fine.
Yeah, I just hate the way the shirt lays sometimes. It's annoying.
Okay, I think the captain's joining you too. She's going to speak right now. The captain's going to speak, and then I think she's heading to the same event.
Yeah, she's being honored.
Yep. Oh, nice. Yeah.
She's being honored at Johnson.
All right. We're going to continue with the program. We have our commanding officer from the 49th Precinct, Captain Stapleton. She's going to say a few words.
All right, hello. Thank you. All right, Ramadan Mubarak. Did I say it correctly? Awesome, thank you so much. As the CEO of the commanding officer of the 49th Precinct, I just want to extend my warmest wishes to all of you as you observe this holy month of Ramadan. As you guys know better than I do, Ramadan is a time of reflection, prayer, sacrifice, and community. And it is also a time of Iftar, when family, friends, and neighbors come together at sunset to break bread and strengthen the bonds that hold us together. In many ways, that spirit of Iftar reflects what we strive for every day in the 49th Precinct: unity, mutual care, shared responsibility, and most of all, respect. The NYPD is fully committed to ensuring that this sacred month is a safe and peaceful time for all Muslims across the entire city. You will see our officers near your place of worship. They should be present, engaged, and ready to serve. Our presence is not only about safety, it's about partnership. Trust is built the same way an iftar table is built, by bringing people together with intention, respect, and open hearts. We remain dedicated to strengthening our relationships with our Muslim community members because your safety, your dignity, and your right to worship freely are priorities we take very seriously. And I want to make sure you understand that the doors to the 49th Precinct is always open to you 24/7. So again, on behalf of the women and the men of the 49th Precinct, I wish you all and your families a peaceful Ramadan filled with reflection, renewal, and many meaningful iftars. Thank you so much. Ramadan Mubarak.
Thank you very much, Captain. We met earlier this week to discuss community concerns, and we went over some stuff, so she's very receptive. She lives within New York City. We had a good chat, and I look forward to working with you. All right, do we have anyone here from AOC's office, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's office? All right, we have Sister Nipa, if you want to come up and say a few words. The Congresswoman joined us last year. She wasn't able to make it this year.
Assalamu alaikum, Eid Mubarak. My name is Nipa. I'm a senior constituent liaison and field representative for Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez. Unfortunately, the Congresswoman couldn't be here today, but I wanted to be here to introduce myself and to let everyone know that if you ever need any help with any federal agencies, please do reach out to our office. Our office number is 718-662-5970, and we have an office in Hunts Point. Our office address is 1231 Lafayette Avenue. We're open Monday to Thursday, 9 to 5. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. All right, we have a familiar face coming up from New York City's Commission on Human Rights Office, Brother Ayad Al-Qabili.
Assalamu alaikum. I know, I was sitting there in the front and the speakers are not loud enough, so I'm gonna speak maybe inshallah a little louder, right?
Can't beat Vanessa.
But I can't be the better president, all right? Now, the better president is, you know, is very dear to our hearts. Anyhow, Ramadan Mubarak, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Iyad. I come on behalf of the New York City Commission on Human Rights. We're a government agency on the local level that enforces the human rights law. We enforce the human rights law in employment, housing, and public accommodation. So meaning that we're with you to protect you in all through your daily life. That's in your home as a tenant or as a homeowner, in your work of employment as a employee or as someone who owns a business, or in public accommodation, that's a hospital, parks or anything like that. Under the human rights, individuals are protected from discrimination or harassment based on, harassment from any type of, including religion, which is protected as one of the categories. So Ramadan, as many people before me have mentioned, is a time of devotion, reflection, and community. Let's also remember that it's also a time to remember that when we live in New York City, we're also protected. So meaning, if you live or work in New York City, you could apply for reasonable accommodation, which is also protected under the law. So if you work in New York City, you could apply for that as long as it doesn't do undue hardship. So you could wear your headscarf, hijab, without any problems. You could call for prayer without any problems. And I look forward to working with this organization and many in this community to uplift our community, especially to know their rights as we move forward, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
All right. We have our chairwoman for Community Board 11, Cynthia Rodriguez, is here. She's going to say a few words to the community. As everyone knows, I was on Community Board 11. I served on the board for a few years. And it's something that I encourage everyone to do if you have the opportunity. So our chairwoman, Cynthia Rodriguez.
Good evening and Ramadan Mubarak. On behalf of Bronx Community Board 11, it is truly an honor to join you tonight for the first annual Ramadan Iftar and the official launch of the Little Yemen Neighborhood Council. This evening represents not only a sacred moment of reflection and breaking a fast, but also a powerful celebration of culture, resilience, and community leadership. Little Yemen is more than just a place on the map. It is a living testament to the strength of immigrant communities, the richness of Yemeni culture, and the importance of preserving identity while contributing vibrantly to the broader fabric of the Bronx. The establishment of the Little Yemen Neighborhood Council is a meaningful step toward ensuring that local voices are heard, supported, and empowered. Community Board 11 recognizes and deeply values the contributions of the Yemeni community, from small businesses that anchor our corridors to families who have made this neighborhood their home, to advocates, many of whom I see here, who continue to build bridges across cultures. Your presence enriches our borough socially, culturally, and economically. Ramadan reminds us of compassion, generosity, and service to others. values that align closely with the mission of community boards and grassroots organizing. Tonight's gathering embodies those principles, bringing together neighbors, leaders, and partners in a spirit of unity and shared purpose. We commend the organizers, community leaders, and volunteers who made this event possible and who worked tirelessly to bring the Little Yemen Neighborhood Council to life. Bronx Community Board 11 looks forward to continued collaboration and partnership as we work together to strengthen our neighborhoods and uplift all who call them home. Thank you for welcoming us into this celebration. May this Ramadan bring peace, health, and prosperity to you and your families. Ramadan Mubarak, and congratulations on this historic milestone. Thank you.
Thank you, Cynthia. Just want a special shout out to the Public Advocate's Office, Jamani Williams. We have Gina here. Thank you very much. She always attends our events. And while we're on community boards, I sat on the board with someone. She was an attorney. She's now a judge. I'm going to give her a shout out. I'm just going to say hi. Edith, thank you very much for coming and joining us. She always joins us at these events. She also made history. I think she's for the first Albanian Muslim to ever become a judge in Bronx County. So. And we have Delorny from Community Board 1. She's also a practicing attorney. She's the chair of the Committee for Policy and Legislation and Immigration. Do you want to come up and just say a quick word?
Ramadan Mubarak. Thank you, Yahe, for having me here today. This is my second time here. I was here last year. I want to say welcome to all the leaders, elected officials, and members of the community. It's always an honor for me to be in Little Yemen because it's such a reflection of the strength of the immigrant community. When I was here last, I heard them say that Little Yemen loves America and that is why it invests in it. And so I think it's such an honor to be here when we know right now nationwide immigrant communities are being attacked. My name is Delorny Namorin. I'm a child of immigrants. I'm a fighter of justice. I've been a public defender for 12 years. Like Yahe said, I'm on Community Board 1. I chair policy and legislation. And now I am running for Congress to represent people here in this district that we invest and that we love. And I hope that one day we can have a country that, of course, invests into the people here in our community and not in wars, genocide, and things that are happening abroad. So as we reflect on what Ramadan is about reflection, as we reflect on what is going on in our country and what is going on abroad, in my favorite Arabic term, I hope, inshallah, we together will win this race in June. Thank you.
Thank you, Delorny. Like she said, she is running for Congress. We also have Jose Vega. Jose, met him a couple of years ago. We worked last year on his campaign. So we do have some changes. And hopefully next year we'll be introducing one of you as the Congress member for Congress. I also want to give a shout out to Adam. He's running for New York State Comptroller. Thank you very much for joining us. You'll get to know him shortly at future events. All right, so we do have some community partners. One person that's dear and close to me. When I first moved to Morris Park, this individual welcomed me to the community. He didn't make me feel like I was out of place. I went into the Morris Park Community Association, the only Muslim there, and he said, "You're one of us." He took me in. We've built a relationship over the past 10 years. He's not feeling well, but he came to this event. I really appreciate him making the effort and coming to this event. But we need you back. We need you back 100% healthy. So my good friend, Al D'Angelo, please come up and say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. A few days ago, I received ashes. It was Ash Wednesday, which is very similar. We're going through 40 days of sacrifice and fasting, and you're going through Ramadan, which is pretty much the same thing. We look into our souls and see what we've done wrong, and we try to rectify those things. And those things are very important to all of us. When Yahya said he came into the association, we didn't know much about the Muslim community at all. He came in one day, we spoke. I asked him to bring someone over and explain to us what the Muslim religion is all about. Well, he came in, he brought someone with him, and we asked all the questions we had to ask. He answered them. We've been friends ever since. We have Muslims that help us with the Columbus Day Parade. In fact, Shorty was putting up flags he's putting up Italian flags for us. Anytime we ask the Muslim community for anything, we've never heard the word no. So we're definitely better together. And by working together, the Muslim community has been an asset to our neighborhood. And I thank Yahya for coming into the association, for starting it off. And I welcome all of you to our community. Hopefully, I'll see more of you as you come into the neighborhood. I know Shorty is on patrol. We have a few Muslims that come here on patrol with the neighborhood. And again, if there's anything you need from us, we're a phone call away. So thank you very much, and have a happy Ramadan.
All right, thank you very much, Al. And like I said, the Morris Park Association, when I first walked in there, it's a whole bunch of Italians. And now we're like all as one. I mean, I eat a lot of Italian food. I feel like I have a lot of, Italian in me. But I attend their parades. They attend our parades. And we've built this beautiful partnership that we're going to continue going forward. So our next community partner, Allerton International Merchants Association. Jean DeFrancis always says we put international in there to make sure that it's international and everyone's welcome. So I'd like to invite my friend Jean DeFrancis from Allerton International Merchants Association. And he usually tells some jokes. Let's see if he does it this time.
I never tell jokes. I am a very, very serious person. Very serious. But yeah, hey, I want to thank you, and I want to bring up, since you did make me go behind Al, how we always have to follow Morris Park in Allerton and fight for Yahya and a lot of his business associates to open up some new shops in Allerton. So we have Mezza Mix that's in Allerton now. We have Triple Chocolate, which originally started in Morris Park. So he's looking at me now. He's giving me the look. And we're going to take many more of the businesses. I'm eyeing your honey business, Al. I want that honey business in Allerton. And my selling point was that Allerton began with A-L. So just like all important words, Allah and so on, Allerton. This is where the Yemenis belong, in Allerton, not Morris Park. Come on. So come up north, settle in. It's a great neighborhood, and we work well, very, very well together. And Yahya and I have some great stories. One, well, maybe this is not so great, but it was a tragedy that was a very valuable lesson, and there was a bus accident. A bunch of seniors were going to Atlantic City and had a horrible crash. Don't look so sad, it's a joke, guys, over there, it's a joke. And God felt so bad that he took this group of seniors that were looking to have just such a great time in Atlantic City that he decided to grant them all one wish. So the first person thought about it. Remember, they're all senior citizens, all old and older. And the first one said, I want to be young and beautiful again. Said, I can do that. Young and beautiful. And all the rest were thinking about it. Said, oh, I want to be more beautiful than her. Boom, God granted the wish. And so on, down the line. Each one wanted to be more beautiful than the other. And the last person on the line was just laughing and laughing and laughing until they finally got to that lady, and she sat there and she said, I know what I want to wish. I wish they were all old and ugly again. And for those that do community work, I will leave it at that. God bless you. Ramadan Mubarak. Enjoy, and God bless each and every one of us.
All right. As you know, I usually, so for the folks that don't know what this is basically a curved dagger. Whether you're in Allerton or Morris Park, anywhere in the Bronx, you need it. So make sure you get one of these. There's a shop right across the street. They sell it. And you don't need a permit because it's a concealed dagger. I'm not the lawyer here. Is that okay? The lawyer said it's okay to say. All right, human rights law. This is, what did you say it was? Special accommodations, yes. So I'm going to walk around with my dagger. I'll take your word too. All right. Before we bring the sponsors up, I do want to bring a member of the community. She used to work for AOC's office, Sister Noreen. I want to bring you up to acknowledge you and recognize you. People think that I have this special relationship with the Congresswoman. I don't. I have a special relationship with her staff, with Noreen, who I contact her often, and she delivers that message to the Congresswoman. And I think 7 years ago you called me and you said, you're a government employee, you're impacted by the shutdown. She interviewed me for a half hour. The next day the Congresswoman called me and she said, I want to hear more about your story. So I want to recognize you for being that person that when we see you, we see the Congresswoman. Whether it's you or her here, we appreciate your attendance in parades, iftars, and all the events that we've had. So I'll let you say a few words.
Assalamu alaikum, Ramadan Mubarak. I actually do not have any remarks prepared, but thank you so much, Yahe, for the recognition. It was the honor of a lifetime to work in the Congresswoman's office to help get her elected back in 2018. I did not plan for a career in public service. I was actually a custom cake baker before I did this work. And then I left recently to raise my kids. I've got 3 little ones, not so little anymore. So I've taken a step back to focus on my family, but my time here in the Bronx, in Queens, I will cherish always. And please always consider me a sister in this struggle. I'll be in service to you all always.
I think it's going to take a while for me to forget that you're still like the voice of the Congresswoman. So every time all right, we also have Tariq Al-Muntasir wasn't able to make it today. We have Yasir from AAA Wholesale who's going to accept the plaque on his behalf. AAA Wholesale is on Bronx Avenue. It's a wholesale that gives back to the community, Ramadan events, whatever events. I don't know how many times I've been there and I say, okay, we need some candy for the kids. And they say, well, grab a cart, grab whatever you need, and just go. So they're very, very generous. So Yasir, he's the manager of AAA Wholesale, so he's going to accept it on behalf of the owners, on behalf of Tariq. All right, I want to bring the sponsors up. But while the sponsors are coming up, we have from Ayab Jamal Shobali, Labib Nashir, Abdul Samad Al Faqih, Abdullah left, but Captain Habib Al Ahri, please come up. And while you're coming up, I do want to recognize Icarus Flying Academy. We have Edwin and Omar here, flight school in Long Island. Thank you very much for joining us. Want to recognize Zaid Nagy from AYA, the Alliance of Yemeni Americans. Thank you very much for joining us. All right, where are the sponsors? I guess they're busy eating. All right, we're going to start with the Yemeni Cultural Center, Mr. Labib Nasher.
السلام عليكم شهر مبارك كريم وإفطار شهي إن شاء الله تعالى. Yahya Ubaid said that I have only 1 minute, so I'm gonna say السلام عليكم شهر مبارك السلام عليكم. Hi guys. Thank you so much.
He didn't have anything prepared, don't believe him. He could have taken 10 minutes. All right, I'll give you 10. You see? All right, we have from the Yemeni American Association, Fath Alaya is not here today, but we do have Abdul Samad Al-Faqih. He's going to say a few words on behalf of the association.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. الشهر مبارك. I wanted to send a message, small message about Ramadan in those days. Ramadan is a month of loves, is a month of mercy, is a month of generosity. So if we not practice those things, this value in Ramadan, that means nothing in our life. So just to remind everyone about Ramadan is that's the month, the most important things to remember others, so that you feel what they feel and think about them. And another time, Ramadan Mubarak. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.
All right, next is from AYAB, the Alliance of Yemeni American Businesses, the president, Yamal Ashobali.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. رمضان كريم. يسعدني نيابة عن زملائي في مجلس إدارة إياب أن نحضر الإفطار السنوي الذي أقامه مجلس حي اليمن الصغرى وبحضور نخبة من ساكني الحي ومسؤولي حي البرانس ومدينة نيويورك، ونتمنى من الجميع المساهمة في تطوير الحي وجعله من الأحياء الاقتصادية في مدينة نيويورك. شاكرين للذين قاموا على هذا المهرجان. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
All right, and as everybody knows, I am in aviation, and a part of the Arab American Aviation Professionals, our organization. We have some board members here, Yahya Rubai'i, Maram, Bilal, Eden. All right, and I have the vice president of the organization, JetBlue pilot. If you have any complaints about JetBlue, you can see him outside. We are in the Bronx, so you got to be careful. He's in Brooklyn. He always tells me, you know, that the Bronx is so far, the Bronx is bad, but he's here today. So let's make sure we meet him outside after this event, okay? We'll show him some Brooklyn.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, Ramadan Mubarak. Thank you all for coming together tonight for Little Yemen's annual Ramadan Iftar. It's always special gathering as members of the community in this blessed month. It truly means a lot. With that being said, I'm truly proud to have some exciting news. Our nonprofit aviation association, Arab American Aviation Professionals, we're holding our first ever summit this April right here in the Bronx. The very place where we founded AAAP. This inaugural aviation summit will bring together members in aviation, professionals, industry leaders for a full day of learning, networking, and meaningful connections. We are planning educational sessions, building lasting relationships in our community. And it is the first aviation summit or convention that's ever been happening in New York. Our goal is simple. We want to strengthen our network and better support Arab Americans in the aviation profession. Encourage our youth to join aviation. This summit is not just an event. It's a milestone for our organization. And we look forward to seeing you all there April 25, 2026, right here in the Bronx. Thank you again, and enjoy dinner.
So Eunice is right there. You see him running away. Don't run away, don't run away, don't run away. I've been looking to take this opportunity. He is the owner of this hall. He's very generous. He donates it every Friday for us to pray here. He loses business every week. He loses business the 30 days of Ramadan, 30 nights of Ramadan. So after we finish eating here, we pick up the tables. We're going to have 400 or 500 people here, another couple of hundred in the other hall, doing evening prayers, Ramadan prayers. Al-Waha, very, very generous business. They give back to the community. I did want to give Eunice a shout out. Can you say a few words? Just welcome everybody. No. All right, doesn't want to say anything. But I will say they are the most generous business in this community. So thank you very much. God bless you. A couple of other shout outs before I introduce our last speaker. Castle Studio. We have Omar from Castle Studio. We also have Haytham. Where's Haytham? Haytham is right there. He's the architect. I call him the architect. He was the architect of Castle Studios, but he's also like a licensed architect. All right, I'd like to bring up my friend Zaid Nagy, very active in the community, activist, hardworking, for him to say a few words.
So Yahya, I'm taking the 9 minutes left by Labib, just so you know. My name is Zaid Nagy. I am the current president of the Alliance of Yemeni Americans and a co-founder of Yama and many other issues. So, first of all, I'm so amazed by the initials that made up the name of the organization, Lync. And this is something that have not been happening. We are a lot of our community members and a lot of other communities members. We live next to each other and we don't know nothing about each other. This has to change. Have to change. And with that saying, I'm gonna do, we have a test. We test non-Yemenis about the knowledge of Yemeni Americans and Yemen culture as a whole. And please, Yemenis do not help non-Yemenis. Question, who knows the origin of the word mocha? This is for non-Yemenis only. The word mocha. We drink coffee every day. We go to Starbucks, we go Dunkin' Donuts, we go coffee shops all the time. But who know what the word mocha, where that word came from? Huh? Aish? No, that's not for non-Yemenis. Only non-Yemenis. Nobody knows? This is exactly why we need organizations like Lync to break the walls that exist between communities. The word mocha is actually a port in Yemen, where coffee is first exported from. We Yemenis and Ethiopians fight who started coffee. We Yemenis think we're the coffee. Yemeni coffee is one of the best in the world, and that's why we have so many coffee shops, including hopefully one that's going to open in Arlington. Yes. So it's time to know each other. A lot of the problem between different communities arise from people not knowing each other. You could be, the other day I went to my sister who lives in Belham Backway, and in her next apartment there was something cooking, very good. It smells good, I wanted it, to this day I don't know what it is, because a wall exists between my sister who's a Yemeni American and the other young lady, I don't know what other community she's from. Yahya, every single human being who's here in this are committed to break those walls between communities. Thank you.
Thank you, Zaid. Shout out to Jeremy Warnecki. He's the district manager for Community Board 11. Jeremy Hussein Warnecki. He has Hussein in his middle name. We also have the Community Affairs Unit from the Mayor's Office. We have Brother Mahdi Hassan. Thank you very much. Very hard-working brother. We also have Famoud here. Famoud. Thank you very much for joining us. And Michelle from Dime Bank, she's here too. Someone called me today. He's like, oh, you know Michelle from Dime Bank? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, I had an appointment with her. I'm like, oh, okay. That's Mustafa right there. He's busy eating. Yes, I called you out. All right, I do want to we have our sponsors. Thank you again to our sponsors. Fatina, one of the gifts that you'll have inside with the bakhod. So inside your bag, you're going to have some bakhod inside and a, what do you call it in English? I have no idea. Al-mabkhara. I said in English. Not helping me. I don't know what it is, but anyway, we're to put the charcoal inside. So thank you very much for joining us and becoming a sponsor. We also have City Bread. City Bread, do we have anyone here from City Bread? Thank you very much for your sponsorship. We appreciate it. Thank you for sponsoring the event. Triple Chocolate. We also have the Honey Store, the one and only honey store in New York City, or the authentic Yemeni honey store. We have also Rukn al-Fakhama, the store right across the street. They sell, that's a gift store. We have New York City Organic. Thank you very much for their donation. And I think I got all of our sponsors. And we talked about Yemeni coffee. Zaid Nagy asked where coffee started. Ethiopia, Yemen. Ethiopia, I think it was the sheep. The sheep, the animals were eating the coffee. And then the animals had like a lot of energy. They're like, what's wrong with these animals? And then it got to Yemen, and then we started on this bean, and then that's it. We sent it to the Ottoman Empire, and it exploded it all around the world. Now everybody drinks coffee. We do have a coffee business in the area, Moody Cafe, 716 Morris Park Avenue. He has two talents. He knows coffee, and he knows how to sing. Okay? So, and we saved the best for last. So get ready for this. We're going to have him do a little bit of singing, and he's going to involve everybody in part of it. Zakaria Sanani. تفضل.
السلام عليكم رمضان مبارك. رحبوا يا صائمين. أنا طبعا اشتي اليمنيين والكل يرددوا معي شوية لأنه تبعنا كلنا. أوكي. رحبوا يا صائمين شهر رب العالمين عاده الله علينا وعليكم أجمعين. رحبوا يا صائمين شهر رب العالمين عاده الله علينا وعليكم. خذ يمينا خذ يمينا عن سبيل الناكبين واتق الله تعالى عن مقال الملحدين. رحبوا يا صائمين حق اليمني شهر رب العالمين عاده الله علينا وعليكم. هو غفر الخطايا هو خير الراحمين. ربي وادخلنا جميعا في العباد الصالحين. رحبوا يا صائمين شهر رب العالمين عاده الله علينا وعليكم أجمعين. رمضان مبارك.
All right. So everyone had a drink of coffee. You tasted the coffee from his shop, right? How is it? Should he stick to coffee or singing? What do you think? Both? Both? All right. He's going to be singing at his store tonight, so if you want to join him. All right. Again, I want to thank my team from Lync. We've worked very hard over the past few months to set this up. So thank you very much for our team. I want to thank everyone that joined us today. We look forward to seeing you next year, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.